A former AEW champion teases a return, plus Cody Rhodes' Money in the Bank plans revealed, and WWE approach Hulk Hogan for a WrestleMania match. It's all in the wrestling news, brother. Collision on the horizon. CM Punk's return is imminent, but not just Punk getting back on telly, Adam.
No, this is an exciting one. Somebody that we've not seen for an awful long time. The former AEW TNT champion, Scorpio Sky, has done a little tease that it looks like he's going to be getting back in the ring in the not too distant future.
And he'll be part of the TNT, he'll be part of the new show by the looks of it on TNT, because the tease featured him just showing the graphic from the Collision teaser.
Yeah, he posted the video, the one with like Samoa Joe's in there, Miro's in there, Thunder Rosa is in there. He shared that video indicating that it looks like he is going to be over on Collision. As I say, we've not seen him for like 10 months or so.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, a nagging injury, but also there were various reports that creative didn't have out for him.
Which is crazy, because he's so good.
Yeah, he's
like,
amazing.
You know, of all, you know, I know you're balancing a lot of wrestlers, but like he's so good, there should be something for him. I think the last time we saw him was that street fight against Wardlow in July last year.
Yeah, he dropped the belt, right?
Yeah, and it was part of like a weird sort of hot potato-y thing they were doing with the TNT title. I don't think Scorpio shone as much as he could, but all being well, he will shine when he potentially returns to Collision. And as I said, we've seen that teaser of the new show with some of those names in there. Very exciting.
I'm looking forward to it. I really like the aesthetic of the whole thing. I like what they're pushing at the moment. I think it looks like a decent show. It is baffling if they didn't have anything creatively for him, so hopefully he'll have a little bit more time to shine.
He could feud with CM Punk.
He could feud with CM Punk. That'll go well for him.
There'll be a great cue to do that. Not the only wrestler teasing a return, but Eric Young, who we haven't seen since he was stabbed out of Violent by Design on Impact Wrestling by Dina. I love and I will refuse any hate for the way that when someone leaves Impact, they literally kill them off.
Yeah. It's quite fun, isn't it?
It's great.
I love EY as well. So it was reported a while back. It was like tail end of last year, November, I think, by Fightful, that he had been re-signed to WWE. Obviously, we've not seen him on telly since then, but he's posted something very interesting to Twitter saying, "Time to work. When the world hands you lemons, we'll you know the rest. You'll know the rest." He's put an apostrophe. Yeah. See you all again real soon. Big change coming, accompanied by a picture of him working at a tablet and a big fat cigar.
So what do we think he's writing? So it looks like Google Docs, maybe? I think it's Google Docs.
It's hard to see on this. It's hard to see.
Is that Google Docs on there? I think that's Google Docs on there.
So we don't know what he's doing specifically. The fact that he's doing some word processing perhaps indicates that maybe it's not an in-ring return. I don't know. I'd like to see him in the ring again. I think the timing of this is really, really curious, right? If he was re-signed by WWE and now in the not too distant future we've got these WWE releases happening, it got me thinking that, hey, if they didn't use him on TV, maybe they've given him a heads up that, hey, you're probably going to be part of the releases coming up. And him saying time to work means that he might be getting back to it, but somewhere else other than WWE. Pure speculation, but I think the timing's interesting.
I'm still thinking about the fact that you used the word processing, which I haven't heard in ages.
That's what it is.
Computers. It's just a funny it's just one of those words from the history books of the internet.
Big up the Clippy, come on.
The little clip art. It looks as if you're trying to write Raw. Cancel all plans. Speaking of plans, Cody's got some plans when he gets to the big spoke. London town. Or remortgage your house for a pint. Don't talk to anyone on the tube. That's London.
Yes, it is.
What's Cody doing in London?
He's getting some fish and chips, me old backer. No, according to Worked Wrestling, he's going to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. They said on Twitter, nearly winning it 10 years ago back in 2013, Cody Rhodes is expected to return as a competitor in the Money in the Bank match this year in London, England. That's what that was. So I think it's not terribly unexpected. I think there's two ways that this could go, right? He could win it, for one. And then a big babyface hero, very Cody thing to do would be to announce ahead of time that he wants Roman at WrestleMania once again.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's been like rumors that he'll be challenging Gunther at the show of shows. The other way this could go, and I think this is perhaps the more likely way this could go, is that Brock Lesnar maybe ruins it for him, setting up a third match, because obviously we've got the match not tomorrow night, Saturday night in Saudi Arabia. Then again, I guess you would want to announce Brock Lesnar ahead of time. No, because they sold out. Maybe you could do Brock as a surprise. That'd be pretty cool.
You could fly Brock in. You know,
if he fancies it.
If he fancies,
I don't know.
If he fancies popping over the pond, etc. I like the idea of them doing a third Cody Brock match for SummerSlam. I feel like that might be where it goes.
Yeah.
So to have him cost him the Money in the Bank in some way would be engaging, and like I said, it'd be a nice surprise. Of course, who wins the famous Halliburton is up for grabs right now, but Jack's had a punt at who could be in the mix to win it.
Yes, they start on Monday, I believe. By all the qualifiers are going to be decided on Raw and SmackDown. But yeah, Jack's looked into who he thinks might end up and who should end up in those Money in the Bank ladder matches.
Did he mention Hulk Hogan?
Yeah, he was the favourite, actually.
As it should be, as it should be. It comes crashing down and it hurts inside when we have to talk about a Hulk Hogan return. And we are today because Hogan was having a chat with Ariel Helwani on the MMA Hour, wasn't he? And he actually revealed that such a thing has been discussed.
According to Hulk Hogan.
That's gospel.
Shane McMahon
Take
called
that to
it.
the bank.
Shane O'Mac got on the old blower. Me mucker. And he said, "You got one more in you, old man." And he said, "Take it easy with the old man stuff, brother." And I said, "What do you want to do?" Shane McMahon says, "All you got to do is stand in the middle of the ring and I'll come to you." What? I said, "Well, right now my back needs a little more work, but that's something we can talk about next year." He continued, "I've always wanted to have a retirement match, but right now I'm not moving around the way I should be. So I'm going to keep working, keep training, and keep doing rehab and see where I'm at in about 6 months from now. All I've found in the wrestling business, brother, is you never say never." Next
year is an anniversary of sorts for Hulk Hogan. He says, January 23rd, 1984, I beat the Sheik. That's next year, the 40th anniversary. Now, I know Mattel has got products and action figures and stuff coming out for it. Nice. It's the 40th anniversary. Anything is possible. I just never dreamed I'd ever think about being 70 years old and getting into the type of shape that would take to walk the walk again.
Yes, he did.
Anything's possible. He also cites a dream opponent for WrestleMania 40 being Stone Cold Steve Austin. He says if Austin's up for it, then he'll be up for it too.
Hey, it's a big money match.
He'll ring Austin and say, just stand in the middle of the ring and I'll come to you.
Well, what do you say about this, Tom? Do you want to see it?
No. There is an interest. There is a perverse interest in maybe I think that role that where you had Shane McMahon run out and beat up the Miz, and then yeah, he's done. His dad, Adam Pacitti, 2023. If Hogan had come out and done that, and said a Shane, not ripped his quad, but come out and just punch, big boot, pose with Snoop Dogg. Yep. What a day. Just
good optics for Hogan as well there.
Very good optics for Hogan there.
So I don't know. I don't say I feel for him, but I totally understand that he wants a big retirement match, and he's one of the greatest figures in professional wrestling history. In many people's minds, the greatest, right? It's fair to say that we might not be doing this job now if it wasn't for Hulk Hogan and the impact that he had on the professional wrestling industry. So, you know what? If he wants a retirement match, then go nuts. I don't want to see it personally because I don't think it'd be all that. But hey, there's a lot of people who would want to see him Hulk up, brother, drop the leg, blah, blah, blah. And you know what? Give him the match. Bollocks to it.
Yeah,
bollocks to it. Give him the match.
Yeah.
But then he won another in 2 years. No, I'll take it back. I want to go, well, that wasn't a retirement match I wanted, brother.
If you want to hark back to some vintage Hulk Hogan stuff, right? This is quite interesting that we're talking about this today because on the Cultaholic podcast feed, a brand new episode of the Cultaholic Classic Nitro review, Sam and I are watching Bash at the Beach 96.
Oh, quite a big one.
You fans can stick it, brother. the iconic heel turn of Hulk Hogan, and we go into the weeds on how it came about, how it nearly didn't come about, the runners for who was going to replace him if it didn't happen, and who he shouted at backstage after It's all in the podcast feed. And if you're a patron, you can watch the video version later today as well. Patreon.com/Cultaholic to do that. And yeah, anything else we need to plug while we're here?
I've got a massive weekend, haven't we? We have got
huge weekend.
2 pay-per-views, obviously. We have got Night of Champions and Double or Nothing. So live reactions for both. The first one of those is all for charity as well. So it'd be great to see as many of you there. We've also got What Happened At. We got WTF. And then we got a bank holiday Monday. And there's loads. Too much wrestling.
We'll see you in the busy weekend of wrestling. That we'll see you in the beer garden. And for the latest wrestling news throughout the day, you can check out cultaholic.com. Stay safe. Love you. Bye, brother.